He also said, if you ain't got a Lambo, you're a shit muncher.
So basically, this guy just has a lot of hot takes.
Basically, and half of them are crap.
But when it comes down to like who has the hardest life, it's individual. Like I've started to understand. Like you've seen how I talked about how it's a person thing. It's a person thing. Everything is individual. So some white person, like somebody said, oh, she has it better because she's white, but she probably has a worse life than me. It ain't because I'm black, she's white. It's because of what her life is and what probably has happened to lead up to that point.
I will not have nerds as children. I refuse to have a nerd carry the name Tate. If my son is a nerd, one of us has to die, him or me, and I'll challenge him to Mortal Kombat.
What is a nerd? I feel like the word nerd is also subjective. I don't really watch movies.
I do, yes. What is your take, Adrian? What is your take about Marvel? I do watch Marvel. Tread lightly, not too lightly, but tread lightly. What is your take about Marvel?
The real question, what is normal? Lex, you know it's not me. I'm not normal. I've never been normal.
I will never apologize because I don't make mistakes. Now I know he's not.
Wait. Say it again. Say it again.
This dude said, "This is." I'm just reading one of his quotes. He says, "I will." This is for those of you who don't know what we're doing. I'm googling Andrew Tate. Yeah, we're just googling Andrew Tate quotes, just random quotes he has. One of the things he says.
Go ahead and read it because I feel like I'm about to really understand this guy in this one quote. Go ahead.
I will never apologize because I don't make mistakes.
This guy's a troll. You're not gonna so everything that you have just quoted, I don't take serious.
Well, no, he lost me at where is it? Hang on. He lost me when he said.
You remember how I said that we'll never get big?
Oh no, I don't think we're gonna get big.
And you know why? You know why?
Why?
Because we don't go out here just saying stuff.
Yeah, no.
I could really come out here and just do a whole podcast on just straight hot takes.
For me,
probably get views, and then I probably get fired from my job and everything of that sort. But there's a reason why I don't think we're ever going to be on the level of Andrew Tate or Fresh and Fit or people like that, because we're not coming out here giving these ridiculous hot takes that'll lead to us possibly being canceled. I don't think Andrew Tate's dumb though. I think Andrew Tate is actually smarter than a lot of people think. And maybe he's going about it in the most cheap heat way. But the fact that we're talking about him, it just says something, right? The fact that Andrew Tate has been such a hot topic, and I don't think he really got this much media press until after Kevin Samuels died.
He said, I was getting on a plane and I could see through the cockpit that a female was was the pilot. I took a picture and said, most women I know can't even park a car. Why is a woman flying my plane? And they banned me.
This guy has, see, everything you're reading at this point tells me he's not serious. He's not serious. There's nothing that you're going to read to me now.
Yet society made him famous.
Because
I know for literally what you just said, but still.
Bro, all it takes to be famous in this society is to say something out just straight controversial.
Adrian, speaking of which, Adrian, you're right. It will be up there. Black Panther will be good. What is your Adrian? What is your take on She-Hulk? If you watched it, let me know your take on She-Hulk. Because I have an opinion on She-Hulk. I liked it. I care.
I saw like 5 minutes of it. I was like, I don't know what's going on here, so I'm going back upstairs.
Okay. Anyway, I watched it. It was great.
I came in the middle of it, so I just had no sense of the plot or anything. So I was like, I'm not about to come into the middle and try to.
Like I said, I watched it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good, and I'm looking forward to it.
What do reviews say about it?
Huh? Well,
what the reviews?
Rotten Tomatoes liked it.
Reviews is like Dave Meltzer, really, because I saw a lot of reviews about Nope that were bad, but I also saw people saying that Nope was good. Yeah, I go to the gym.
Milk?
Nope.
Oh, Nope. Oh, the
Pretty sure he meant to say overhated.
Jordan Peele movie. No, it is very overhated.
But
It's ridiculous.
let's be real here. Because I got somebody else that I think is very overhated right now that we're probably going to talk about later on. Because she was supposed to be on SmackDown tonight, but she's no longer going to be up there. But when people are talking about you, most times when you know you're doing right, it's when they're hating you as much. When you got a lot of hate, and this is something that I should have noticed, especially that you are a Roman fan. Wouldn't you say that during that time period where it was like you felt like you were like the only Roman fan out there?
Yes.
That he was ridiculously overhated. I did hear that the CGI wasn't all that great though.
It got better from the first trailer they dropped. It received criticism for the CGI. It did get better. It did get better.
That was like the majority of the criticism that I saw before the movie dropped.
However, what we got in the first episode with the finished product, I enjoyed. A lot of people I just Googled reviews. From what I'm seeing a lot of 3s, a lot of 5s.
Out of what?
3 out of 5 stars. 5 out of 5 stars. 3, a lot of 4s. 3. I got a 1
3
star.
3 isn't really bad. 3 is like it was okay.
All right, so I got 1 star here. This person says this show about a lawyer written by people who can't write at all, let alone write courtroom scenes. Watch in awe as the Hulk has his character ripped to shreds to place a bland, flawless cartoon on a pedestal.
Is that about She-Hulk?
Yeah. The show follows the Hulk's cousin, a character with no flaws who learns nothing throughout the course of the show and beats the experienced superhero who saved the world multiple times. Her first time fighting as a Hulk.
I did hear that people were trying to ship them two.
Wait, which two?
Hulk and She-Hulk.
Okay, they do know they're
Alabama, I know.
They're cousins.
I know. That's why I just said what I said.
Okay. Yeah. I just need people to know that. Yeah. Yeah. No.
Did we talk about my issue with the Black Panther situation last week?
What was your issue?
So I don't know if you saw. There were evidently people trying to tell white people not to go see the movie the first week.
Okay, they need to stop. They need to stop. Go see the movie. Go see it. Who cares? Who cares? Like for real, who cares?
That telling white people to not go see the movie the first week is going to really mess up their bag.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And the worst thing you want to do with a movie that Black people have really taken on as their movie is to mess up the bag. Like, what was the purpose?
If anything, anyone can see the movie. If anything, like, actually, I had something for this and I forgot.
But with that being said, man, you know we ain't done yet.
3 stars. I only saw 1 1-star review, and I'm pretty sure they do. All right, I've seen 2 stars.
Let me hit that intro, and then we're gonna get actually into the podcast.
Another 2 stars.
Enough of the code switching. Been hitting my soul, been on the ropes. I'm ready to grow, so get to know me. Keep your head up, I want you to grow.
Singing in the shower is all fun and games until you get shampoo in your mouth.
What?
Okay.
Then it's a soap opera.
No contest. Wait,
See it's gold on me.
Serve some,
Want you
nigga.
to glow with me.
The world been dying, days is number, check the climate. I'm
It's
This list is
16.
some ass, bro.
You
I'll
with
go.
Cardi B over Illmatic.
You put this over. Not just that. You put this over You put this over Aquemini. You put this over rap music. You put this over All Eyes on Me.
Time and again that I'm really him. Oh, you ain't know. It's not just for the show, but bet you entertain anybody.
It kind of goes into my whole spiel about music and everything like that. The game related stuff.
Why'd you elongate music? This man said music.
Music is powerful.
Music. Why are you elongating? You don't.
Because it's music.
What are you, a cow? Why?
It's music. It's not music.
I'm pretty sure there's only one you.
Yes. You have to put emphasis on that you. Music.
You're weird. You know, you're being weird right now, bro.
Yes, I am very weird.
Local neck. Local neck destroys Waterside District with a Hellcat.
Local Negro. In the words of Chisel Don, it's local Negro. Right.
Local esophagus shuts it down for everyone. There's something in the water. Yeah, it's a Hellcat. Oh my god, bro. Oh, that's why Pharrell won't come back. Because he shut it down. We don't even have a stage anymore. He just came down here doing like 180. I don't know what happened. Oh my god.
She agrees she really been here through the fall. She the only thing I need. I want to be free. I know that they want me for my ideas. So they...
Yo, what is going on? I have finished my turkey wings, and now it is officially time to really get down to the podcast. I'm your host, always Bennett, the truth. Along me, I got my boy, the outlier. What's happening? Yes, we're going to get to that in a few minutes.
I'm good. Black Thought's album dropped. It's really good.
Hey, yo, Larry June dropped this album too, and it was actually really good.
I tried to listen to the Games album, not because it was bad. It just didn't hit. Like I was at work.
It didn't hit. I couldn't get like 3 songs, and I was like, I'm turning this off now.
I was at work, and I listened to these guys talk about how great it was, and I said, you know, that Black album was good, but like not as good as the Games. I said, that's like it's.
Yeah, Black Thought's album was a lot better than Games.
Yeah. It was 11 songs, 38 minutes.
Guess what? Next Friday.
Oh, Muse, Will of the People. They're dropping their album.
No, I wasn't talking about them.
Oh, well, they are.
Well, actually, it's not next Friday. It's Friday after that. JID will be dropping his album on the 26th.
Sweet.
So shout out to my boy JID. Shout out to Michaela Janae. She dropped her song. Larry June dropped his album. So
good. Oh.
Let's go ahead and get to this big topic here, Deshaun. So
I still think the whole situation's weird. I need everybody to keep this in mind about the story. Keep this in mind, right?
Yeah.
All he did was that we're going to get to the Usman fight in a minute. All he did was ask for a trade from Houston. That's how this whole thing started.
I think the timing is still rough, but I do think that this is not. I don't think any of that had. I'm gonna say it. I think all this did happen. However,
is that a however comma?
Knowing that Cleveland, that the Texans evidently were aware, I do feel like that they probably had something their hand in it. That does not. This is in no way a defense of Deshaun. But
no.
You know, this whole thing. So the Cleveland Browns suspending him for 11 games and fining him $5 million after settlement between NFL and NFLPA. Let's go ahead and read through a little bit of this, since on this podcast we like to read. It's more than just the headline. More on that later, though. The NFL and the NFLPA on Thursday reached a settlement in Deshaun Watson's disciplinary matter, agreeing that the Cleveland Browns quarterback will serve on an 11-game suspension without pay after he was accused by more than 24 women of misconduct during massage sessions. Watson will also pay a fine of $5 million and undergo mandatory evaluation by behavioral experts and follow their suggested treatment program. Watson's fine and contributions from both the NFL and Browns of $1 million each will create a fund to support nonprofit organizations in the United States that educate young people on healthy relationships, promote education and prevention of misconduct and assaults, support survivors, and related causes, the NFL said in announcing settlement. The suspension takes effect on the 30th of August, when NFL teams cut down to the roster limit of 53 players. He will be eligible for reinstatement on November 28th and will be available to play for the Browns in Week 13 when the Cleveland just wait for it, when they face his old team, the Houston Texans. No, I'm going to say it. The NFL is the WWE.
Yeah.
Ain't no way, bro. Because when I first saw it, was like 11 games is a wild number. And then I saw the video on TikTok that I sent you, and he noted that he's going to be reinstated when his first game back will be against the Texans. And just to see where is this game at? Let's pull up the Browns schedule. Because if this is at Houston, dog, it's at Houston. So anybody that criticizes us for watching wrestling, you're literally watching the same thing, watching football. You can't prove me wrong.
I mean, yeah.
This is ridiculous. 11 was the weirdest number ever, so you realize, oh, they go to Houston to play that game.
Kota's not coming back to New Japan.
Huh?
Kota is not going back to New Japan. That's what the talent believe.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. But then off topic, the first Jobber Nation, Jobber Nation, right? Jobber Nation TV.
Yeah, the troll on Twitter.
Yeah, they their first comment is Triple H in the ring the GIF of Triple H in the ring at TakeOver Brooklyn, and no.
Does Kota even want to be long term in America? Is the question. More on that too. But yeah, what are your thoughts with this whole situation? Just knowing the convenience of when his suspension ends.
Can we get to Ibushi in a second, like later when we get to there?
Yeah, we'll get to
because I don't think people need to understand something about him that they don't understand.
Yeah, that's I'll bookmark it.
Huh?
It's bookmark.
All right, cool. All right, good. So you're right. I need people who think like sports are just this weird obsession people have, the same way wrestling is this weird obsession people have. It's almost like a story. It is. You know how I know? The NBA Finals in 2016, when LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron's what was that, his first or second season back in Cleveland?
That was his first.
It was his first time back in Cleveland.
No, second.
It was second season back in Cleveland, right? Second season back in Cleveland after being away for what, like 4 years?
4 or 5 years? I don't know.
Yeah. He comes back and he says he's going to deliver a championship. Doesn't do it right away, but then he does, and he does it in the most dramatic way possible. in a way that was literally impossible because it had never been done before on a team that reached a record that had never been done before. You know what that sounds like?
That sounds like this man wrote the script.
Yeah, you know what else that sounds like? You know what else you can compare that to?
That's sports entertainment, guy.
No, not just that. That's Daniel Bryan winning at WrestleMania, facing Triple H in the opening match of WrestleMania 30, winning, then going into the main event of WrestleMania 30 against
while injured
against Randy Orton and Batista and winning. Unless you can come up with you have something better, or is that like hit the nail on the head?
Yeah, that's about right. But the term sports entertainment, I know a lot of pro wrestling fans hate the word, but when you think about it, all sports is sports entertainment. It's part of why I think WNBA hasn't really been able to generate a lot of buzz because the entertainment factor is not there. The thing is, when you think about some of the greatest moments in basketball, you're always thinking of rivalry. You're always thinking of a rivalry. You think of Magic and Bird. You think of Jordan and everybody that he had to go. Jordan and the Bad Boys. Thought of
Reggie and the Knicks. Reggie Miller and the Knicks.
Right. You think of. I'm gonna say it. The Pacers and the Pistons. Think of even moving forward into you got like Spurs Pistons. It was always something. Kobe, and just even individual
Kobe
stuff.
And somebody.
LeBron and Lance Stevenson.
That was random, but okay.
It made headlines.
I don't watch basketball like that. I mean, I do.
Remember the whole
Duke
morning
Carolina.
for LeBron's
Duke
here?
Carolina.
Huh?
Duke Carolina.
Duke Carolina.
Bob Knight and his own players.
Trae Young and the Knicks.
Bobby Knight and his own players.
Bobby Knight and his own players. I mean, you're not wrong. But
Bobby Knight and the chairs on the bench.
Can you think of anything that can even hold a candle to that in the WNBA? The WNBA is basically Ring of Honor.
Yeah. It's got good talent, great talent, and they put on great matches.
It's very technical. It's pro wrestling. It's
fundamental. They use the fun. It's fundamental. The talent over there is amazing.
Like they can play, and then you have ones that average less than one in every single stat and still get names to the all rookie first team. Did you see that?
Yeah, I didn't quite understand.
That was weird. Like,
I didn't quite understand it, but I'm not gonna hold them. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna
points per game, 0.3, rebounds per game, 0.2, assists per game, 0.2.
I'm not gonna sit here and hold. Please wait. I'm not gonna sit here. He says, as in while in like a month's time, he's gonna be screaming at Dak Prescott that he's trash. He's not trash. He's not.
Dak Prescott is still not a $40 million a year quarterback.
Well, I'm going to be anyway. The point is, I'm probably going to be screaming not heinous things, but the point is,
I'm not even going to be. I'm going to be that fan, the Seahawks fan. That's like, it's time to go for a quarterback.
The point is, I say all that to say
coming in next year.
I say all that to say that
the
thing is, so what?
Well, I'm trying to think who I want the Seahawks to get next year because that's all I'm thinking of. When it comes to our team, because I already know that our quarterback situation is going to be the question of this ensuing offseason.
Your shit is there right now. Like, I watched y'all play.
What quarterback do we have, sir?
No, I'm saying your quarterback situation is there now. Y'all need a quarterback.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm just waiting for this coming offseason so we can figure out who our next quarterback is.
Y'all might not make it to next offseason with the way y'all were playing.
Look.
I'm just trying to be real with you.
And look, my issue is on Tuesday, we had two stories that went from this way to the next way. So first thing that morning, I get a notification that's saying that Ken Walker was going to be getting a good amount of carries splitting off with Rashad Penny. 2 hours later, I get the notification that this man has a hernia issue. It should be, huh?
I said, oh.
Evidently, he should be ready for the opening, but hernia issues, you never can be too sure. And then it was supposed to be Drew Lock getting the start last night, and then he gets COVID. Like 2 hours after they get the notification saying that Drew Lock starting the game yesterday, he tested positive for COVID. I was like, can we get our stories right first? And I haven't seen enough when it comes to Woolen and Kobe Bryant to really say they are our next Browner and Sherman. But then again, they are rookies. So who knows? Maybe we do have a Brown and Sherman, and we just need that next quarterback to be that guy. I think Ken Walker's going to be fine once he's 100%. Clearly, we have the receiving core in DK and Tyler Lockett. Bryce Young or CJ Stroud? I think I'd say Bryce. But how you feel about the Cowboys? I've been seeing a lot that your boy's been getting beat on coverage.
I'm more concerned. Well, here's the thing. I have nothing for that. I don't know. I got nothing. I ain't gonna hold you. I got nothing on it. What I do have is the fact that Micah Parsons is so. I need everybody to keep this in mind. Micah Parsons was unanimous Defensive Rookie of the Year on a bad knee. That's according to him on Twitter. He said he did all of that with a bad knee. So, yeah, and he's 100%. And I watched him start on one side of the field. Justin Herbert rolled out, and he ran from one side of the field to the other side of the field to drive him out of bounds. Leighton Vander Esch is using his hands. Neville Gallimore is not here for the games up line. Like, none of our front guys up front are here for the games. We got here's one thing you need to think about. I think every team needs to think about this. There are people on your teams there are guys on these teams who are waiting to tap into, waiting for their opportunity and just waiting to tap into their own potential. All they need is a shot. We have one of those guys. I've seen the video multiple times. It was a great catch. Dak threw up a Hail Mary in an end of game situation. And he caught it, and I'm trying to get the guy's name because it was good. It was a really good catch. His name is Bollocks. We need to add another kicker. We just need a kicker in general. What is this dude's name?
Who?
Oh, yeah, Vander Esch with the pick. I saw that. Ezekiel Elliott, I know that. Where is this video? Say Dak is looking good. Zeke's looking good. Kavontae Turpin. Who is this? Kavontae Turpin. Is that him? That's him. That's good. Oh, Basham got a one-handed interception. There's a lot of good things we got going on. Well, maybe not good, but more like I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic about some of this stuff. So I say all that to say I'm optimistic about it.
All right, let's get to some wrestling. First, before we get to Cody, I want to go and get to this. Nikita Lyons. Let's talk.
Dennis Houston. That was the guy's name who caught the Hail Mary pass in there. He's an undrafted free agent.
It's going to be very interesting to see how these undrafted rookies do especially once the regular season really kicks off.
He went to Western Illinois. He's 23. He's a rookie. He's an undrafted free agent, and I hope we sign him. He's 6'1".
Oh, nice.
Need some people with height. And clearly he has hands, so he's got hands. So that's something.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about Nikita Lyons. So I still don't understand the hate that people have for her.
I've never understood the hate.
I'm sitting here, Akeem just sent me this. So I'm gonna read to you all these things of why people hate her, supposedly. Saying Nikita is a loon would be underselling just how crazy she is. 1, came out in support of the Capitol riots by posting a TikTok of her working out to a song calling for the unaliving of politicians who stole the election.
What was the name of the song?
The Patriot by Topher.
Okay.
It called for nobody. I'm looking at the lyrics. I'm going to show the lyrics in a little bit because it's a few more things about the same song. There is nothing here calling for anybody's life. 1, the song came out on that same day. So to rap about something that happened, the song came out before anything happened. So he dropped this song like that day, and then everything popped off. So moving on to the second bullet, second point. Vehemently supported the artist who made that song and said he does good things for the country. I don't know, Topher. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. 3, called people snowflakes and started blocking them when she was called out. I'd block you too if you kept harassing me over a song that I posted. Y'all post songs about unaliving each other. I hear posting. What's that beat? What's that song? That beatbox song. Y'all sit here posting videos using beatbox and Who I Smoke and all these other songs by Fulio and Coolio and Julio and all these other guys.
Wait, Coolio? You know who Coolio is.
I know. I'm just going.
Don't do Coolio like that. Don't do Coolio like that.
I'm ranting right now. Coolio's cool, but
Gangsta's Paradise will always be fire.
Spot him, got him, and who are these other people? Spot him, got him, Julio, Fulio, and
yeah. Let me look. I gotta look it up now because I know who you're talking about, but now I gotta look it up just to
Youngin, Ace, and all them other clowns. Moving on. Posted a tweet on Pride Month saying Happy Pride Month, everyone, before immediately retweeting support from the artist who made the song she worked out to and signal boosted his new song, calling for the unaliving of LGBTQ plus people.
Okay, to answer your question, Fulio does do a song called Who I Smoke.
Yeah, I remember Fulio.
And then the other guys, their names are Spinna Benz, Wappa with the Chopper.
Wait, say it again.
Wappa with the Chopper. Youngin, Ace,
like
and
the
Fast
burger
Money
Whopper?
Goon.
Like Whopper, like the burger?
No, Wappa.
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 Are you sure? Like they're not saying like Whopper, like the burger, but you know they're not. You know how we don't use the ER, we say Whopper, Whopper. Fast. I don't see Whopper with the chopper. Yeah, that's Whopper. I don't know. I'm just shooting off the hip. But let's go ahead. Let's look at the lyrics of the song. And show me where you see anything signal boosting the unaliving of people of the LGBTQIA plus group community.
It's supposed to be in this song.
This is the song that everybody was so mad about. Tens of thousands on my right, thousands by my side. I don't think I said a word. Between good and evil, watching our fists collide, battle for our freedom now, the streets we ride, flags waving all around, patriots full of pride. This is where we make a stand. No more give or take. March around the Capitol. And that was the line that people were so mad about. march around the Capitol, storm the city gates, not the Capitol gates, but the city gates, putting pressure on their necks until the truth breaks, and all walls of corruption take out all the snakes. That's about the worst thing I've seen so far. Take out all the snakes, and I mean, that's subjective. Star Spangled Banner got it playing loud and proud. People from all walks of life filling up the crowd. All walks of life. I wonder what that means. Y'all do know there are gay MAGAs. Defend the Constitution, many warriors have vowed, casting down any among us who have bucked and cowed. Enough with the tyranny. We come to take our country back for all citizens, white, red, brown, or black. Return her to her former glory. Fix the bloody crack on her crown. Fetch her gown. I'm going down. My mother told me someday I would buy galleys with good oars and sail distant shores. Stand up high in the proud, noble bark. I steer steady course for the heavens. How many foemen tell me?
There's a I think it's a Viking way that I've seen on my side of TikTok that makes that chorus sound way better.
How was it?
It's I won't do it justice.
Okay. If you can send me an example later on, definitely I would appreciate that. I'm still looking for anything here that calls for anything that I have read.
Hang on. Scroll back up. Scroll back up.
The worst thing I seen was take out the snakes. Unless you're calling yourself a snake. Storm of the city gates. That sounds more like what happened in the summer 2020.
No, you're right. I don't see anything.
So like the first part, march around the Capitol, okay, that's J6, but storm the city gates sounds more like the summer of 2020.
I'm just look, here's something I've learned recently. And low key, I think the term snowflakes was probably meant to, its intention was probably meant to defend people on the left, which, well, I use the term offend loosely. But
I think the first time I heard it was used by people on the right.
Right. But I think the fact that they're on both sides.
Yes.
No, there's not fine people on both sides. This ain't one of those talks. There are snowflakes.
I mean, at least he did say the ones that they thought he was calling fine people, he did call them horrible. He did say that. I will give him that.
Anyway, there are snowflakes on both sides. Actually, you know what? I'm even going to say we are standing for the wrong people.
My issue is this.
Like, that video, that video I sent you yesterday. You know the one I'm talking about.
Explain for the others.
Okay, so for those who don't know, I sent my co-host here a video of a dude. He was on TikTok. He had a Trump flag in the background.
I swear he's a troll, bro.
He has to be. I will hope he is.
Again, this is how we started the podcast. What did I say at the beginning? This is what
he had a Trump flag in the background on his wall. He had a Trump bobblehead in his hand. He had the MAGA hat on, like in American flag shirt and shorts on it. And the sound is like, that's not even the weird part. The sound says, would you, what did he say?
I don't know what the sound was because I was so.
No, I'm trying to remember what he said. He said, "Would you overthrow a tyrannical government with me?" He said, "I'd overthrow a tyrannical government with me." That's not the weird part. The weird part is
was him putting the bobblehead on his lips.
This man took the bobblehead like it was chapstick before he started speaking and rubbed it like on his lips, and I'm like, that wasn't even. I didn't get when he did that. I said, okay, forget the rest of the stuff, forget the Trump stuff. Why did he take the bobblehead and use it like that?
I was seriously contemplating coming to see your house to fight you, just for sending me that.
I would have been outside.
One of these days, me and Isaac are actually going to have a fight live on the podcast, and it's going to be funny. If one of these days is going to happen.
And then on the pod, then the actual podcast is the post fight.
Right. The headline is Isaac and I just fought. Our reactions.
I'm sitting here. We all cut up or something. We just sit here silent for the first couple minutes. Like
I'm gonna just sit like this.
I'm probably gonna be sitting just like this. Like
no, I'm drinking my water. I gotta drink water too.
No, I know, but I'm saying I'm probably gonna be sitting like this. Like how I'm sitting right now is how I'm gonna be sitting. But like
I'm be full moxed out.
Full moxed out.
Full moxed out, blood everywhere. I see blood. But the whole thing is we are fighting. The tribalism is just ridiculous, man.
It is.
I have not seen anything that showed that just like is outright. Oh, okay, she's a MAGA. She's MAGA. She's Republican.
You know what this sounds
I went
like?
as far as to go to her Instagram and try to figure out who she's following. Because usually you can kind of find out. Like I found out Bobby Lashley follows like different Trump accounts, like different pro-Trump accounts. He follows Don Jr. People tried to really get mad about that when he won the title the first time. But first thing I type in is Trump. Nothing comes up. Try to type in.
Did you type in Matt Gaetz?
I did not type in Matt Gaetz.
Good, because he's going to prison. Fuck that guy.
Is he?
I don't know. I just hope he goes.
The investigation. I've heard nothing. I've been trying to find any information about the investigation. I found nothing.
That's.
If it's not true, I don't know. I found nothing. I've seen nothing. So time will tell on that situation.
Yeah.
But I found nothing. The most political thing I was able to find was an account that wasn't really a big one. Said things liberals do or something like that, kind of making fun of liberals. I make fun of liberals. Some of the stuff y'all do is ridiculous, and that's coming from a guy that really doesn't identify with a political party.
Here, side question on the sound that you wanted me to find. Do you want how do you want it?
What sound?
Remember I told you
just send me something.
Right.
Once you send it to me, it should probably find its way into my FYP from there. But outside of that, why are we so concerned about the political views of a wrestler?
You know who else that sounds like?
Who?
My boy, my boy. Killer Cross or Karrion Cross now, I guess.
Oh, I'm so over the IWC when it comes to this entire conversation. I don't like this person because they support Trump. I don't care if they supported Biden. Your political
You know who else they tried to get with that too?
To me. All I want you to do is entertain me. Yes, I'm going to sound like Laura Ingraham for a second. Shut up and wrestle.
You know who else they tried to get with that, right?
They tried to get and I made jokes about it because it was funny. I don't hate Jericho for it, but they tried to get a Jericho.
They tried to get EC3 too.
EC3, TJP,
Braun, well Adam Scher, Cross,
yeah. Drake, shout out to Drake Works, which I mean, but Drake has been out very open with his. And he's into the political realm. I think he's running right now.
Oh, that's good.
Matter of fact, I think the election happened. I'm gonna check up and see later on. But my thing is, we are so concerned.
We're concerned about the things that don't matter when it comes.
It doesn't matter. What is her support? What is her being Republican or MAGA or any of these things have to do with your life?
I have a better question. Is she safe in the ring?
So far, I haven't seen her do anything bad.
I'm just saying these are the kind of things we need to be concerned about, is what I'm saying.
You know? I enjoy watching her wrestle. I enjoy her, period. I think she's pretty dope.
Stuff like that. We need to be concerned about stuff like that.
I listened to her. I don't know. You probably don't listen to it, but I checked her out on when Corey Graves had her on After the Bell.
Okay.
It was her and Stark.
Oh, Zoe.
Stark. And what's good? And she was like, she sounds interesting. So she's an entertainer. I could care less what political party any entertainer is aligned with, and that's my issue with this whole situation. Like, they have all this stuff, and I've yet to find anything that's been true. 1 through 4, and then they put up here, of course, that's ignoring the stuff that she had posted on Instagram during the election and afterwards, saying that if Democrats came for her pew-pews, she would bang them. I scrolled through her stuff. And the crazy thing is, I think she was signed to WWE at this time.
Why are people so concerned that the government's coming for their guns?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point.
I know it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. It's just
that's my whole thing. This is a wrestler that people are hating on. But my whole thing is, it doesn't matter. Watch wrestling and just enjoy wrestling and stop worrying about people's personal lives. Faith Jeffries, I'm going to use this for this instance. What Faith Jeffries does in her personal life has no bearing on Anthony Pierce's life. Kevin Cross. What Kevin Cross does in Kevin Cross's time has nothing to do with what Isaac does in his personal time. Who else can I use? Christopher Irvine. Nothing that he does on his personal life has any effect on me. All I care about is what Chris Jericho is doing. What is Karrion Kross doing? What is Nikita Lyons doing? I don't care about what that person's doing in their personal life. Thanks, bro. Go Hawks. What's good, Shep? And so I'm over this whole thing. And it's like, I remember because like, as soon as I say something positive about Nikita Lyons, I know I'm gonna have Black IWC all over my case, and I don't care. I'm a fan of Nikita Lyons. Same way I'm a fan of the one that they're trying to pit against her, Lash Legend. Because every time she says something, it's like, I always knew Lash Legend was better. Have you ever thought that they may be friends outside of this? It's a very good possibility that Lash Legend and Nikita Lyons are probably hanging out together right now. We just don't know it. And then they bring up her stuff when she was doing reality stuff. Because she had black sin and had the little box braids. I'm like, y'all got to have more things to really get y'all emotions all over, right? We're gonna cry about somebody's hair and how they talk. I'm sorry. I have more important things to do in my life than worry about somebody what they're doing in their life. But
you know what do I say? What do I before we get off of that? What I have to say about all those people who have those concerns that they probably shouldn't have? What do I usually say?
Touch grass.
What should they do?
Touch grass.
Touch grass. Go outside. Touch grass. Anyway, Kota Ibushi. All right.
That'll be clipped.
I need people to understand something about Kota Ibushi. Do you know what he was doing from do you know what he was doing most of his career if you really think about it?
Wrestling blow up dolls?
That was like one time. Okay.
I was joking.
I know, but I'm saying, what do you think he was doing? What do you think he spent most of his wrestling career?
In Japan. DDC?
I'm saying not just Japan, but just in general.
DDC?
But I'm saying my point is freelancing.
Oh yeah. He
He has been.
He was a freelancer up until he got the contract with New Japan. Right, he was a freelancer when he was on tour. When he was
Here's something people need to realize: Kota Ibushi was freelancing for years, for like almost 10 years.
Yeah,
10 years, 11 years. That's why he didn't win. Like in all the times he showed up in New Japan, the reason why he never in like in the G1 and all that stuff, he never won a major title there. Like the IC belt or the heavyweight belt. Do you know why? Because he was never signed with them. He became 3-time junior champion. He was a 3-time junior champion, and he won all those tournaments. The G1, well, the G1 was the last one he won, but the New Japan Cup, and he won the New Japan Cup and Best of Super Juniors, but he never won. And then he won the G1 recently, but that wasn't until after he signed. He won it in 2019 after he signed. You see what I'm saying? And he didn't put the big belt on him until after he signed. So the fact that people want him to sign, and I'm not saying this because of my feelings towards WWE, which are getting slightly better. But that's only because Rhea Ripley is just carrying them on her back. And Roman. Which is funny that two of my favorite people in WWE both have double R's. If you really think about it. Roman Reigns, Rhea Ripley. How about that? Anyway, the fact that people don't realize he was in WWE for a time. He was actually in NXT for a little bit. He fought Buddy, didn't he? Did he fight Buddy in NXT? Yeah. Pretty good match. I went back and found it.
That was actually before they even broke Buddy and Blake up.
Exactly. So there's that.
I remember how that whole thing got set up too. Because Alexa was there.
You know, he did the tournament. People thought he were going to win the tournament. And he said he didn't want it. He said that. They offered him everything. Money. Like Kevin Kelly put it best. Like we say, we'll offer you money. We'll offer you contract. We'll offer you a room full of gold, a room full of titles. Like any title you want if you come sign with us. And he said no. Just so he could be his own man. Do you know he's mostly self-taught? Do you know that? You know he's mostly self-taught.
Yeah. I think he talked about that.
Huh? Yeah, because he said he's self-taught because when you learn from other people, you move like them. You know? Like, you know, you move from them, you take from them, you want to be his own guy. So let's eliminate that chat about, he needs to sign he should sign to WWE. He should sign to AEW. Do you know WWE schedule? Yeah, exactly.
Approximately days a year. It's probably not as much as 300 now, but it's quite a few days a year.
It's a lot in America. If anything, he probably wants to be doing what Takeshita just did, what Konosuke Takeshita just did. Come over on excursion and wrestle, you know, everywhere you can in like a 5-month period. Here's something else you got to keep in mind. He's 40. Bro is 40. So yeah.
So now they're accusing her not being stabbed up.
I don't know what that means.
They're claiming that Nikki is not vaxxed.
Who cares?
This bitch with the IWC.
You know what I'm worried about? Y'all not having jobs.
Get out of King's bag, bro. Get out of a King's bag.
It felt necessary.
I'm reading the King's tweet now because the King was just on that, bro. Hold on, where's
That's what I'm worried about.
I retweeted it. No, I didn't. I should have retweeted it when I had the chance. Shoot.
You know what I'm worried about? Y'all not paying your taxes.
Instead of trying to get Nikita to cancel over this baseless claims, you need to be figuring out how your rent's going to be paid.
Shout out to a homie, bro.
Shout out to Akeem, bro. We got to get Akeem back up here soon.
Yeah.
But it's just ridiculous at this point, man. But yeah,
It's ridiculous. Anyway, stop saying Cody needs to go to WWE when he's already said
I don't see
multiple
that
times. Multiple times he said he don't want to go there.
And I understand why he doesn't. Even if WWE is, this is again, AEW might be a little bit more feasible for him because their schedule isn't as rough. But I don't even think that will be his thing for a long term period.
I was saying here's a big thing about why I think he would go AEW over WWE. You could still work the indies in AEW. Can you not?
You can work in AEW, yes, to an extent.
Yeah. I think that's worth it for me. If you ask me. I'm just saying. Anyway. What else you got?
What else did I bookmark? Oh, I did say I had a rant today. Even though I've already done one. So I've come to the realization that, and you probably you can kind of relate because we kind of have the same upgrowth. Bullying, when it comes to bullying and just hateful people in general, I think it's time that we understand that is never going to change. So instead of trying to make hateful people not be hateful, what can we do in order to navigate that situation? Is where we should be really addressing. Because I saw a video on TikTok, and this parent was saying that her son wears pink and all these other things, and he's kind of fluid when it comes to some of the things he does. And he evidently was bullied at school because he had a pink water bottle of sorts. And she basically came on Twitter crying about it, and at this point now, the anti-bullying campaign in schools don't work. I think I could say that.
I mean, you said it, so you either got to commit to it or, you know.
I said it, shoot. So with that being said, since we know that it's not I shouldn't say they don't work, but it's not a complete solution. It's not. So yes, you're going to have people that are going to understand. Oh, maybe I am in the wrong here. I should probably change it. That is a possibility. But you're always going to have those people who are going to do these hateful things and say hateful things to you. You had it growing up. I had it growing up. How can you navigate that? And this goes past just being in the school system. This just is in life, period. Because yes, you're going to have racist people in this country. Yes, you're going to have homophobic, transphobic, biphobic, and all these other phobias. That is a thing. It's terrible, but it exists. And there is nothing that we can do to eradicate that issue. I'm at a point now in my life where I'm over fairy tales. So I'd rather you tell me that that's going to happen. Now you have to understand that what they say, it's not you. So I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and the guy was saying how his son had his first experience being called the N-word. So he had the conversation with them about how to navigate it. This is something that we need to be doing more than just coddling and trying to protect people and put them in safe spaces and all these other things, because eventually you're going to be at a point in your life where there are no safe spaces. safe spaces aren't a thing for everywhere.
Mm.
So you've been put in a safe space all your life, and then you're going to go out into the real world with a situation. There's no safe space. What do? Do you not have
what that statement reminds me
where you
of?
cry?
You know what that statement reminds me of?
What?
He said. By the way, side note, I still think the funniest thing I sent you today was somebody say Andrew Tate looks like evil Ricochet. That was still funny.
Don't make me spit more water, dog.
He does. He does, though. Anyway.
Because I've heard about this whole safe space thing, safe space, this, that, and the third. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in safe spaces.
What I was actually going to tell you was that I listened to Chris Rock did a special Tambourine like 7 years ago. And in it, he said he was talking about bullying and how, like, you know, sometimes kids stop saying your kids are special. Sometimes kids need bullies. You know what I mean? Because he said that. Now he said this.
No, because I've heard this before and not from him.
No, he said this because he said he talked with his daughter and said, listen, outside of this house, outside of this door, like he told this before we went to school, outside of this door, no one cares about you.
It's facts.
Then in the same space, he said that the thing is, we need bullies. Because think about it, we need bullies because we got rid of all the bullies. A real bully showed up, and no one knew how to handle them. When he was talking about the election, but he was right.
And you've heard of the term necessary evil.
Yeah.
I think that.
Well, here's the thing. All right, so I don't think a necessary evil like Thanos is a necessary evil.
Now I need to put this in here. I need to put this disclaimer in there. If I'm in a situation I see a bully, I'm not going to sit there and allow the bully to bully somebody. So I don't want that to be put there. Yes, if I see a situation and I don't like bullies. I was bullied. I don't like bullies. So if I'm there and I can rectify a situation with bullies, then yes, I'm going to say something.
Especially in your occupation, I would certainly hope so.
Yes. So I don't want that getting out there that I support bullies or anything like that. But I'm saying when you protect somebody from a situation for so long and don't prepare them for an event when there is nobody there but themselves to protect them, what do you do?
Well, if you're like me, who's that's me. Honestly, that was me.
That is my whole thing. Like when it comes down to
that was me.
Kids are being sheltered from everything like this story. There was a story about a school in California where it was a POC room, and basically it was nothing but POC in there. And if a white person was in there, they got kicked out because of racism. And usually I'm thinking it's verbal racism. So you're protected in this situation. Cool. Go to the real world. And nobody there cares about you. And then you encounter a racist person and they don't care. What do you do? The same way that we prepare for anything bad happening of sorts, and you know where I'm going with these active pew situations. You should know how to navigate around that. You should be able to navigate yourself around people. And maybe, and I'm thankful that I was able to go through that situation, being bullied.
Oh yeah, me too.
There's things that I know if I were able to go back in time, I would definitely address differently.
Oh, absolutely.
So many situations. And now I can use everything that I've learned in that situation. And you see some of the stuff I get said to me. Just last year, a very, very big TikTok creator went on his own platform and called me a rocket raccoon.
Oh, yeah.
Now that
Yeah.
man's in jail, but who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's still in.
Yeah,
Damn,
he's in jail.
Still in jail.
Yeah, as far as I know.
Still? Damn. All
As far
right.
as I know. But
Shame that.
of course, him doing that led to them coming to my page and attacking me for something that had nothing to do with race in the first place. The whole time I was right, he was wrong, and I was just sitting here like, ha 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 ha. Y'all want to sit here and say all these things on the internet. If I don't want to hear it, all I got to do is turn my app off.
Which you did do.
And so I was ready to get back up there and go back and do it, create again. And cyberbullying is wrong.
Yes.
And I've seen a lot of people make this post, and when they say it, it sounds very insensitive. It sounds very insensitive when they say, people, you probably heard people say, how can you deal with, why are you doing with cyberbullying? All you got to do is turn your computer off. Sounds very insensitive. And I wouldn't go about it that way immediately, but we ended in there. Because at a certain point, you have to realize that, and I said it so many times, people say, when I said it regarding the Hana Kimura situation, we sit here and tell people on the internet, be better, be better, be better. They're not going to. Telling people on the internet to be better is like telling a dog to actually speak human. Neither's going to happen. I'm not Dr. Doolittle. So, what do? Knowing that the dogs are going to bite you if you allow them to let them bite you.
Kenny Omega came back Wednesday.
I'm sorry, dog, but it's just been something that has been bothering me for so long because I've seen it so much, and we've talked about it. You made the complaints about how so many people are homophobic in wrestling and this, that, and the third. You see how so many wrestlers are being attacked, and sometimes they have to deactivate their account, which I think is another really good thing to do. Sometimes you just got to deactivate your account for a little bit. I don't think that's a bad thing. Yeah, make sure somebody knows that you're still on the map, clearly. But to deactivate your account, eventually, maybe there's going to be a day when I'm going to have to deactivate my social media. Who knows? It's fine. Shut yourself off from the world, because a lot of times the people that are doing this attacking you, they
don't go outside.
They sit here. And it's so funny because sometimes the same people that are doing all this attacking people on the internet, you see them in real life. They're like, oh my gosh, it's you. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
They also don't go outside.
When they do go outside, they're the super fan. Or they're Mandark.
I still think it's absolutely hilarious that he looks exactly like the prototype for the person who does what he does.
I don't know who created Dexter's Laboratory, but I feel like Dixon's band was like there.
What is his name? Because I think it's the same dude.
What's the name? I swear, if it was a Bixen's band, I'm going to shut this podcast off right now.
No, it wasn't. I think the same dude who made that is the same dude who made Samurai Jack. I think he is. He is the same dude who made Samurai Jack. Jeanette, Jendi Tartakovsky. That's funny. That's hilarious. I'm looking at him right now. Oh, he also did Clone Wars. Anyway, Kenny Omega came back Wednesday.
Yeah, Kenny Omega came back. Hopefully, it looked a little rough, but that was kind of expected.
Yeah,
crowd was definitely hyped for him. I felt happy to see.
Now, as somebody who's not a huge fan of him, were you at the very least happy to see him?
I was happy to see that he's back doing what he loves.
Yes.
And
At
that's
the very
all. That really, in all honesty, that's all that matters.
Right.
When it comes down to, I don't care if it could be the Young Bucks, it could be anybody, it could be Janela. He's doing what he loves. Perfect. Cool with me. You like it. I love it.
Right. But I will say, shout out to we reached the part of the segment before we get to our favorite part of the show, our Ooga Booga take of the week, which we have a good one for you.
Oh shoot, I forgot to put it up here. Where is it at?
No, but we have I have it. You can get it already, but we'd have a good one for you this week. However, I like to reach a part of the show where I want to do random wrestling shout outs. First, shout out to Kenny Omega for his return. Big shout out to him. Shout out
Mike
to
Jones.
Right. Shout out to Rina Yamashita for becoming the first female GCW Ultraviolet champion. She defeated Alex Colon at Homecoming Part 1. Brutal match. They for those who don't know, that it was a death match. She is currently she's basically the death match champion in GCW right now. Yeah. She and Alex Colon went through a absolute war. A war on Saturday. And then Sunday, she successfully retained her title against Sawyer Wreck in another really great violent death match. And she is currently back in Japan with her newly won belt. So hope to see her soon. Hope she has a good long reign with that. Also, shout out to Kazuchika Okada for being the fourth person in New Japan to win the G1 back-to-back. He has joined, who was it? Makabe, Ibushi. No, not Naito. Makabe, Ibushi, Okada, and then I want to say Tenryu.
Who?
Genichiro Tenryu.
Oh, I didn't hear the name he said.
Let me
I had to
see.
pull it out.
Yeah, he is the fourth person to win it, fourth overall. The fourth person to win it back to back. So yeah. Oh, see, no, that was when it was World League. Or so G1 Climate. Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. Tenzan to 0304 won it back to back. Chono. No, that's not it. Nope. Tenzan won it back to back. Yeah. Chono. Yeah. Hiroyoshi Tenzan won it back to back 0304. Ibushi won it back to back in 19 and 20. Okada won it back to back 20, 21, 22. And then Chono, Masahiro Chono. Yeah, won it back to back in 91 and 92. He's the fourth to do it. So there's that. I think that's all the shout outs I have. I thought I had more shout outs than that. Oh, shout out to Eddie Edwards. He's the new number one contender for the Impact World Championship for Bound for Glory. So he's going to face Josh Alexander at Bound for Glory.
Shout out to
spoiler.
Shout out to Tonka as well.
He's still wrestling.
He's supposed to have a match against either Matt Cardona or Brian Myers.
Where? At NWA?
It was some show and fight.
Oh.
It's some tournament. Did
Did
I tell you that Tatanka used to live out here?
You did not.
Yeah, he used to live in Hampton, right across the street from my family, my cousins. Evidently, one of my cousins was telling me that he was real good friends with Tatanka's brother.
Shout out to big shout out to where the fuck is it? I had it right in my head too. Damn. Shout out to RVD who's still wrestling at 51 and Noah.
Shout out to Ric Flair for. No, I'm joking.
Oh, that's the other one. Shout out to Stardom. New Japan is going to do a combined show with Stardom, and they have created the IWGP Women's World Championship.
I guess it sounds like they tried to set up for the next Forbidden Door.
Yeah, and then so New Japan and Stardom, and you know how New Japan tours over here sometimes. Yeah. Well, Stardom wrestlers from Stardom are going to start making the tour over here from Japan to here to expose people, U.S. audiences to that.
That's dope.
So we're going to see like Shuri, Thekla, Utami Hayashishida, AZM, Dark Starlight Kid, all that, Julia, all that great stuff. Because I don't know if you know this, but some pretty good stuff going on in Stardom. There's some pretty like hardworking women over there putting it on the line, and I gotta say I'm happy for it.
What was the Ooga Booga take? Because Smack about to come on in a few minutes, so you know I'm trying to
right.
session on that.
So, for those who don't know, this is the part of the show where we have our Ooga Booga take of the week, which is where we look for tweets, videos, whatever, where somebody just has probably the worst take on the internet.
Probably.
It is the worst take on the internet, especially this one. So, Azari, I'm not going to get on Twitter, says, on God, I'd quit a nigga in jail before I fuck with a nigga in college.
Crazy part is, she probably in line.
That's the sad part, actually. That is the sad part. A woman said, I would rather be with a nigga. I'd rather be with a dude in jail before you mess with a dude in college.
Y'all got to get y'all lives together.
Yeah.
Y'all need Jesus.
Yikes. Just big yikes there.
Who's going to be on the next episode of Ooga Booga Taken? Probably be me.
Find out on the next episode of
Dragon Ball Z, which I'm going to go see Sunday.
Oh, wow.
What happened?
So apparently the Cowboys will be wearing alternate helmets for their game against the Titans. It's going to be, the Color Rush uniform is all white. Yeah. It's like white and blue. Well, apparently they came out with this. It's a white helmet.
Isn't that the alternate for the usual Thanksgiving Day Jones?
No, the star is different. See, this is the new one. This is the one you're talking about.
Oh, it's the outline of the star, isn't it?
Yeah. Because that's the new one. Hang on. Cowboys.
Seattle making me mad, bro.
See, this is the one you're thinking.
I know we're going to suck this year. Could we at least suck in style?
This is the one you're talking about.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
No, it's not that one. That's the difference. The difference is the star.
Okay, that's actually pretty dope. So, I'm actually looking at it now, and that's clean.
It does. Looks really cool.
I'm looking at the full uniform now, so that's mad clean. And I can't be a Cowboy fan this year, but that's clean.
I mean, you could.
I'm not going to.
You could, though.
No. Is this Jordan Lewis wearing number 2?
That's 23. It should be 23.
No, somebody's wearing 2 with the last name Lewis.
Oh.
Wasn't he 27 at one point? No, this is mad clean. Man, need to put this on the game soon, ASAP.
Also, shout out to UFC tomorrow. Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards, the second time they have fought.
Who you got?
Gotta go with my boy Usman. He has this like his jabs are clean, but like they have power behind them.
Yeah.
You know, because sure they look like straight jabs, but those things like how they rock you. You know,
Yeah.
and so we're gonna have to see how Leon. I believe Leon. I've seen Leon Edwards fight before. He fought Nate Diaz, a returning Nate Diaz, and came out on top. So, yeah, Leon Edwards is no slouch. Anyway, let's look at some of these other fights. Let's look at some of these other fights they got here. You got Costa versus Rockhold. Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold. You have Jose Aldo versus oof.
Oof. Ouch. Ouch, my foot.
Fuck, bro. Jesus.
Hey, stop stealing my stuff.
Diwali Shivli. Yeah, we're going with that. Who else is on this card? Here, let's do this.
So evidently, trademarks have been put in for damage control for Bailey's faction.
Oh, he is gonna fight. I'm worried about him. I think he may need to stop.
Who?
Kamara, not Kamara. Nate Diaz is about to fight Khamzat Chimaev. The last time I saw Chimaev fight, he butchered some dude in like the second round. It wasn't good.
Send prayers.
All right, so I got some of the names. All right. And the woman's bantamweight on that card is Wu Yanan versus Lucy Pudilova.
Ronda's getting arrested tonight. I feel it.
She's getting arrested tonight?
I feel like she's getting arrested tonight.
For what?
For being there. And she shouldn't be.
Oh, she's suspended, right?
She's still suspended. It's quite a bit of stuff going on. I think we're going to see some more Hit Row tonight. They got the 4 or 5 way match to determine who's going to face Gunter at Clash. This is going to be the first time the Intercontinental Championship has been defended on the pay-per-view since Mania when he lost it to Paulo.
She had no right to do. Stephanie McMahon, would you agree that Stephanie McMahon was on something different in 2003?
Huh?
Stephanie McMahon in 2003 was like built different, like literally.
Stephanie McMahon is I'm growing to become a big fan now.
He said what?
I'm a fan.
Of her in 2003?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about the CM Punk thing right now because as far as I know, this could all be worked.
Yeah. Also,
y'all know how I feel about CM Punk, the person.
Yeah. Pretty sure that match is gonna bang. Apparently, they're still gonna have the same match at All Out.
Somebody said that it's possible that CM Punk may no-show them on Wednesday.
Because it said,
of course, some of the things that be coming out in the dirt sheets, it screams work, and it's possible that he just doesn't show up to Wednesday.
Somebody said
it's priming him before heel turn.
Who, Punk?
Yeah.
I just know if he does turn heel, you know who will be right?
Who?
Eddie Kingston.
He's a better heel anyway. The guy, he's not Some hero. The guy's a prick, okay? He fits better as a heel. The reason why he became such a loved person is because the things he was saying during his time in WWE. I enjoyed Punk more when he was a heel.
I liked him when he was like this anti-hero who was just cutting on everybody.
That's when people really started to really love CM Punk. But when you really look back at it, his best work was as a heel. Because even then, he started that whole thing as a heel.
Yeah. And then
that pipe bomb was a heel promo.
It was.
He even came at the fans.
Came at everybody.
That part gets lost in the sauce, but yeah.
He said, "You're all equally terrible."
And then somehow
don't want to watch SmackDown tonight because like there's no Rhea on it, so don't want to watch it tonight.
No Rhea, but it's gonna get real toxic.
Yeah, no, I just want Rhea.
I want toxic.
You should seek help for that.
Maybe. Yeah, my help is watching SmackDown, which comes on in like 2 minutes.
If you want toxicity, you should probably seek help.
I just want to.
Unless it's a System of a Down album.
I'm just hoping Mandy's there, and the fact that Mandy's girls are going against her friend, I feel like she should be there.
Anyway, that's all I got.
That's all I got too, man. So
before we go any further, I like to talk directly to Triple H, and mostly to Triple H because he's probably booking. Yeah, so you're probably not going to hear this, but please, and Anthony, back me up. Just give that match of Rhea versus Dom or Rhea versus Ray.
We need that match. Please.
Like seriously, you might as well at this point because for weeks, all it has been is just her. Now, granted, I'm not saying right away, like wait till she's 100% clear. That's fine. But give this match for weeks. She has done nothing. Now, granted, she along with Priest and Balor. I can't say all three of them together because it's been mostly her. She has been terrorizing these guys. Terrorizing. She grabbed the dude by the back of his head and dragged him out of a room. She walked out in front of the public on national television with homie over her shoulder. Over her shoulder, bro. Like he was a piece of wood. Like over here. Like he's right here. She put that man in a triangle choke in the corner and like choked him out. And then she DDT'd Ray and his son's not even. Just give us the match at this point when she's cleared. Because you might as well. Seriously. I don't know who. Do it against Ray or you do it against Dom. Like Rhea versus Dom or Rhea versus Ray. I don't care either way. Personally, I go Rhea versus Dom because, I mean, why not?
Did they just change NXT logo? Well then. With that being said, we're going to get up out of here. SmackDown is on. Peace, love, and Pop-Tarts. Always remember to drink your water. Stay out of folk business. And we will see you all on the flip side.
Triple H, give me what I want.
Sliding it like a wet flow. Already fried from the get-go. Alligators look